So on today's video, I'm going to talk to you about one that didn't actually happen, one that got away. What was planned to be Boss Tuneage 531, and that band was Tonka. So obviously, if you've watched quite a lot of the very early years videos on this channel, you'll realise there were quite a lot of releases that didn't happen for one reason or another. But we have to get to the 31st CD release in the Inksplat logo years before one didn't happen. And the plan was to do this band called Tonka. Now, Tonka I'd become aware of because they did some cracking 7-inch singles in the early 90s. They were a US band on labels like Assorted Pork Chops, and I'd traded with them, and I'd seen the reviews in Maximum Rock and Roll for things like the Calling Waffle House Home 7-inch, and I was intrigued, and when I got them, I loved it. It was just cracking stuff, and it was sort of, you know, there was this other song called Butter Knife that was on a 4-band comp 7-inch as well that I had, and yeah, when all the Tonka stuff I heard, I just really loved. So when I was sort of coming back, I kind of was going through a lot of the stuff, you know, obviously doing things like Porcelain Boys and things like that. I thought, yeah, I'm going to try and track down Tonka. Now there's this internet there, let's see if we can actually find them. Now, unbeknownst to me, Tonka had mutated and members had become this rather better known band called As Factor 4, who obviously in the mid-90s were quite a big US band. So I managed to track down Alex from the band and said, look, I love those Tonka 7-inches, would you be interested in putting out like a comp CD of all the Tonka recordings? So again, this is kind of mirroring a bit what I would end up doing with the Retro series later on. And he said, yeah, that'd be great, we'd be really up for that. So I remember we had a couple of emails going backwards and forwards. I think we worked out between their recordings there was about 10 songs or 10 or 12 songs. So, you know, just enough for a CD that, you know, it would make sense to do. And I remember we had a couple of emails backwards and forwards about it, and then I never heard again. I did chase it up a few times, you know, but you have to realise that, you know, I was so busy with doing other bands and emails and backwards and forwards and tour bookings and things like that. You know, I could only chase things up a few times, so I don't know if they changed their mind or what, or whether, you know, he got a new email address and wasn't getting the emails, who knows. So yeah, so unfortunately it is one that got away, and you know, it's a shame because it would have been a lovely sort of document of that little cracking US band and those 7-inch singles that I really liked. So yeah, so try and track down the 7-inches on Discogs or something, I guess, if you want to hear Tonka. But yeah, it's a shame it never happened. But you know, I suppose it's quite good for me that this is the first one that didn't happen, and we'd kind of done about 40 that I'd promised to do that had all happened. And at this point, you know, we're talking sort of we're into late 2000 here now, so I've been going for about 18 months at this point before we had one that didn't happen. But yeah, c'est la vie, as they say. That's it for this one. See you on the next one.